So good morning to all. So good morning to all. So in the previous lesson, in the previous class, we are seeing the differences between an oscillator and a signal generator. We are observed main differences for the oscillators and signal generators. So oscillators will generate the fixed frequency signal, and for the signal generators will produce so different types of waveforms with the variable frequency and amplitude. So there we can change the voltage, and we can change the frequency for the signal generators. For the signal generators, we can produce by using signal generator, we can produce sine wave, square wave, triangular wave, and pulse waveforms. Okay, so whereas by using oscillators, so most of the cases we can generate sine wave signal only. And we also observe what are the main requirements of a signal generator. So it is able to vary the frequency and voltage, and the voltage should be controllable. Okay, and the produced waveform should not have any distortion. Distortion free waveform should be produced. Okay, and coming to today's lecture. So in today's lecture also we will continue the previous concepts. So that is fixed frequency, audio frequency oscillators. So in the audio frequency range, we have fixed frequency oscillator and variable frequency oscillator. So, already we have discussed self-contained oscillator. So self-contained oscillator circuit will present for all the generators, signal generators. Okay, so self-contained oscillator circuits will be part of the overall instrument. Okay, and especially these are used to produce fixed frequency of 400 hertz or 1000 hertz. So generally we can produce with fixed frequency oscillator of audio in the audio frequency range of 400 hertz or 1000 hertz of the signal frequency signal we can generate by using fixed frequency audio frequency oscillator or fixed audio frequency oscillator. Okay, so here basically these frequencies are generated by using iron core transformer. So iron core transformer, for the iron core using iron core transformer we can generate the fixed frequency. The frequencies which will be, so generally we have here like our transformer. So it will have a secondary and primary windings. So due to iron core, so in the primary value it will produces the secondary, and it will also produce a secondary. Okay, so like that we can have the fixed frequency oscillators. And coming to variable frequency audio frequency oscillator. So in the in this oscillator, we can produce the frequency of the signals in the entire audio frequency range. The audio frequency range is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz is the audio frequency range. By using this audio frequency range oscillator, so we can generate the frequency signals which are frequency within the frequency range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So generally these are used for the laboratory applications. For laboratory applications, we can use audio frequency oscillator with a with a variable frequency range. So generally, RC feedback oscillator is our beat frequency oscillator. These are used for the generation of a variable frequency oscillator. So coming to RC feedback oscillator, so we can change the value of the resistance, or we can change the value of capacitance. So by that we can vary the generated frequency of the oscillator. So by changing the value of capacitor, most of the cases we can go for capacitance. So by changing the capacitance values, there is a change of the generated frequency. Okay. And coming to the basic form of standard signal generator. So it is a any type of the signal generator must be have the following two components. So the first one is an oscillator, and second one is an attenuator. So by using the oscillator, so we can generate the frequency from few hertz to a very small range of frequency to very gigahertz, very high range gigahertz. From, you can say it is a 1 hertz to 1,000 up to the gigahertz range we can produce by using these oscillators. Okay, so any signal generator mainly consists of the following two blocks. That is, one is oscillator and another one is the attenuator. So oscillator will produces the signal, so which is can be generate the frequency range from a few small range of frequency to very high value up to gigahertz we can generate. And for the coming to attenuator, for the attenuator, so attenuator is has an option that with that we can select the range of frequencies. So it is also like our divider type of the network. So when we will connect here, the generated oscillator signal will be connected to attenuator. So from here we can choose the range of frequency signal which is required for our operation. So the operator or the observer who will choose the frequency range, but the frequency which is selected, the oscillator which will generates the range of frequencies. Okay, and for that selection, or for the selection of the frequency range of the signal, so there is an option that is set frequency. So by setting the frequency, suppose I want to produce the 10 megahertz frequency or 100 kilohertz of frequency signal should be generated. So for that we have to adjust, or we have to set the frequency in the that setting arrangements is available at front panel of the generators. So there we have an arrangement to adjust the frequency. So by that arrangements we can set the frequency for the required frequency, how much frequency you can require to generate the signal generator. That frequency we can adjust by using set frequency, and after the generated frequency we can adjust the set level using the attenuator. So from that generated signal, frequency signal, we can vary the from there we can change the frequency level. Suppose after obtaining the 100 kilohertz, I want to choose 10 kilohertz frequency, or I want to choose 5 kilohertz of frequency. For that there is an design of the attenuators will be there. So by that attenuators we can choose the frequency range. Okay, so the performance of the signal generator mainly depends upon these two elements: oscillator and attenuator. So the stability of the frequency, and without any noise or distortion, free of the signal, is responsible only the oscillator. So the design of the oscillator is main important factor. It should not produce um, it should not produce variation in the frequency. It should produce the stable frequency. It should produce the stable frequency, and it should produce the accurate signal. It should not produce any distortion in the signal. So that's why the design of the uh, oscillator mainly is the main factor for generation of the frequency signals. So frequency of the signal will depends upon the design of the oscillator. And coming to attenuator. So the variation of the voltage, the selection of the voltage will depends upon the design of the attenuator. So the voltage range we can use that voltage range also varied by using an attenuator. Okay, so with this basic stand signal, so we can measure the frequency. So this is the basic idea about the signal generators. And coming to standard signal generator. In the standard signal generator, so here we have it is like our conventional signal generator. Conventional signal generator. So it is mainly having the main components are RF oscillator, wideband amplifier, modulation oscillator, and output attenuator. So up to this point, it is an oscillator, and after that it is attenuator, which is used to select the different voltage ranges. Okay. So coming to standard signal generator. Standard signal generators are used to generate the known and controllable voltages. These are used to generate the desired, and we can control the voltages. And these are mainly used to measurement of the gain in different circuits. And these are also used as a power sources. These are also used as a power sources. So like our individual AC power supply for household purposes, like that, these are generators or signal generators are also a power sources. Power source we can use as power source to check the gain of the circuit. And it is also used in signal to noise ratio to find the signal to noise ratio signal to noise ratio, and these are widely used in radio transmitters and receivers. So while in the applications of a radio transmitting and receiving signals, so to send the signals, so we have to use the modulation signals. So after receiving the signal, we have to demodulate the signals by using amplitude modulation. All of you know that in the communication. So that is amplitude modulation and frequency modulation. So for that way, we can use these standard signal generators. So in this case also, we are using a radio frequency oscillator. So this radio frequency oscillator will produce the very high frequency range of carrier signal, and this modulation oscillator will produce the small value of the small frequency signal. I mean around 1000 hertz of the audio signal. We can say it is an audio signal generation. Okay, so here wideband amplifier is used as a modulator. So we will mixing. So what's the problem with 441? Any problem? Don't draw unwanted drawings over the screen. So if you have any doubt, you can communicate through chat, or we can through mic. You can. If you have any doubts regarding the concepts, you can communicate. Okay. Don't draw unwanted signals. So this is nothing but a noise. Okay. So here these standard signals, standard signal generators. So we can generate the modulated signal. So generally we can use the amplitude modulation or frequency modulation. So up to here we'll get the modulated output signal. This modulated output signal is given to attenuator, so where we can adjust the voltage range. Okay, so generally we can modulate using sine wave, square wave, and triangle wave also. So using those waveforms we can modulate the signals. So for using the RF oscillator, in the RF oscillator we can use the LC tank circuit. LC tank circuit. So LC is inductor and capacitors combination. We will form a closed tank circuit. So that will be responsible for generation of the oscillations, and that oscillations will be the generated oscillations will be sent to the wideband amplifier, and from the modulation oscillator, so we will produce a very small frequency signal. So those two will be modulated in the amplifier section, or we can call it as a power amplifier section, and from there we can get the modulated output signal. So this modulated output signal will be used for the requirement of the user. Okay, so here we have a modulation frequency adjustment, and percentage of modulation adjustments will be there. And similarly from RF oscillator, so we can adjust the range of frequencies, and also we can choose the fixed frequency. So in a particular given range of frequency, and we can choose the desired frequency. Okay, so there is options will be there. So these options will be available at the front panel of the generator. These are available at the front panel of the generator. Okay. So generally this RF oscillator will produces very high frequency. So you suppose any loading effect is occurred at the outside. So when the loading effect is occurred, it means so it will draws the more current. So in such situation, there is an effect on the frequency of the RF oscillator. So to eliminate that effect using the loading effect, so we have to isolate the RF oscillator from the remaining circuit. So for that we have to use the buffer amplifier. So buffer amplifier will separates or isolates the high frequency high frequency oscillator with the remaining circuits. So that eliminates any effects from the output side, any effects that eliminates, that does not affect on the generation of the RF oscillator. So this is the standard signal generator. And the next one is modern laboratory signal generator. So in modern laboratory signal generator, so here also same structure what we see in the standard signal generator. So ఇది కూడా మనకి స్టాండర్డ్ సిగ్నల్ జనరేటర్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కాంపోనెంట్స్ మనకి ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. సో ఇక్కడ బేసిక్ మనకి RF oscillator. So RF oscillator having able to produce 30 megahertz to 80 megahertz. ఈ RF oscillator అనేది 34 megahertz నుంచి 80 megahertz ఆఫ్ ది సిగ్నల్ని ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ సిగ్నల్ని జనరేట్ చేస్తామన్నమాట. సో దానికోసం మనం ఉపయోగించేటువంటి కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఏంటంటే లోపల L and C, ఇండక్టర్ అండ్ కెపాసిటర్స్. So when capacitor and inductors are combined or connected, so this type of combination is called as tank circuit, LC tank circuit. LC tank circuit. ఈ కాంబినేషన్ మనం ఏంటంటే ట్యాంక్ సర్క్యూట్ అంటామంట, LC tank circuit, because capacitor and inductors are combined in parallel form. So assume that initially some capacitance value is there. ఇనిషియల్గా మనకి కెపాసిటర్లో కొంత ఇనిషియల్ ఛార్జర్ కెపాసిటెన్స్ అనేది ఉందనుకుంటే, ఆ ఛార్జర్ కెపాసిటెన్స్ ఏమిటంటే ఇట్ విల్ పాసెస్ కరెంట్ త్రూ ద ఇండక్టర్. సో అగైన్ ఇండక్టర్ విల్ బి ప్రొడ్యూసెస్ సమ్ ఎనర్జీ అండ్ దట్ ఎనర్జీ విల్ బి అగైన్ చార్జెస్ ది కెపాసిటర్. Again capacitor will produces voltage and that voltage will passes through the inductor. So these two are like an oscillator type of the signal generators. So these two combinations, one capacitor will be charges and after charging capacitor will be discharges. So the current received by the inductor will generate the current and that due to that current the capacitor will be charges. So like that it is having just like our pendulum, wheel laga it will produces oscillations. So like that we can get the radio frequency oscillations in the 34 megahertz to 80 megahertz range we can generate. So here he was told that B1 is a buffer amplifier. So buffer amplifier will eliminates any effects on the output side. Generally, if there is any high current drawing circuit is connected, that high current drawing circuit will also draws the current from the source. Suppose I am connected a current, highly drawing current, highly using current circuit is connected at the output. So that circuit is able to draw the current from the source also. ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా మనం ఒక సర్క్యూట్లో మనకి ఎక్కువ కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవుతుంది అనుకోండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ దట్ I am going to explain the loading effect. What is the loading effect? Suppose manaki intlo household purpose, so we are using 230 volts and some 50 hertz frequency of the voltage source, and assume that it is generating a current of 3 amperes. మనకి ఇంటికి వచ్చేటువంటి వోల్టేజ్ ఆర్ పవర్ సప్లై అనేది 230 volts with a frequency of 50 hertz and it is producing a current of 5 amperes. So మన ఇంట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆర్ devices, generally TV, fridge, mixie, washing machine. Okay, so while designing these while using all these equipments, you are producing a current of you are utilizing a current of 3 amperes. What is the current is coming from the supply సప్లై నుంచి ఎంత కరెంట్ అయితే వస్తుందో 3 amperes కరెంట్ వస్తుంది అనుకోండి. సో అంత అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ది కరెంట్ని మనం ఈ యొక్క కాంపోనెంట్స్ డివైసెస్ వాడుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగిస్తున్నాం. సడన్లీ ఏసీ ఆన్ చేశారు, మన ఇంట్లో ఏసీ కూడా ఉంది. సపోజ్ ఏసీ ఆన్ చేశారు. సో ఏసీ ఆన్ చేసేసరికి ఏమైందంటే మీకు సడన్గా తిరుగుతున్న ఫ్యాన్ అనేది స్లో అయిపోద్ది. సడన్గా తిరిగేటువంటి ఫుల్ స్పీడ్లో తిరిగేటువంటి ఫ్యాన్ అనేది స్లోగా తిరుగుతుంది. ఎందుకు? సడన్గా ఏసీ ఆన్ చేసాం, ఒక రూమ్లో ఏసీ ఆన్ చేస్తాం, ఒక రూమ్లో ఫ్యాన్ ఉంది. సో ఈ ఫ్యాన్ స్పీడ్ తగ్గిపోద్ది. సో ఎందుకంటే ఈ ఫ్యాన్ కానీ లేదంటే వేరే ఏదైనా ఫ్రిడ్జ్కి కానీ వెళ్ళవలసిన కరెంట్ అనేది ఈ యొక్క ఏసీ డ్రా చేసేస్తుంది. ఎందుకని? సో ఏసీలో ఉన్నటువంటి హై కంప్రెసర్ having high capability to draw the current from different places, but input source is only 3 amperes, and this 3 amperes current అనేది మొత్తం ఇంట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ మొత్తానికి మనం ఉపయోగిస్తున్నాం. కానీ సడన్గా ఏసీ ఆన్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏసీలో ఉన్నటువంటి కంప్రెసర్ అనేది ఎక్కువ కరెంట్ని డ్రా చేస్తుంది అది రన్ అవ్వడం కోసం. సో అందుకని ఏం చేస్తుంది, డిఫరెంట్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ ఫ్లో అవుతున్న కరెంట్ని ఇది డ్రా చేస్తుంది. అప్పుడు ఫ్యాన్ వెళ్ళాల్సిన కరెంట్ తగ్గిపోయేసరికి స్లోగా తిరుగుతుంది. అలాగే ఫ్రిడ్జ్ కలర్ తగ్గిపోతుంది. అలాగే ఒకసారి మనకి సడన్గా లైట్స్ డిమ్ అయిపోతుంటాయి. సో ఒకసారి చూడండి, బాగా ఎండాకాలంలో సమ్మర్లో ఈవినింగ్ అయ్యేసరికి లైట్స్ అని డిమ్ అయిపోతాయి, ఫ్యాన్స్ స్లోగా తిరుగుతుంటాయి. సో ఎందుకంటే if the more number of ACs are there, ఎక్కువ మంది ఏసీలు లేదా హై పవర్ యూటిలైజేషన్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్స్ వాడుతున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే అవి ఈ యొక్క కరెంట్ని డ్రా చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాయి అన్నమాట. ఎక్కడైతే తక్కువగా కన్జ్యూమ్ చేసుకునే కాంపోనెంట్స్ నుంచి కరెంట్ని తీసుకోవడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాయి, లాగేస్తాయి. సో దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, యాక్చువల్గా తిరగాల్సిన ఫ్యాన్ స్పీడ్ తగ్గిపోద్ది, యాక్చువల్గా వెలగాల్సిన లైట్ సరిగా వెలగదు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ లోడింగ్. దీనికి వెళ్ళవలసిన కరెంట్ వెళ్ళనీయకుండా వేరే ఇంకోటి ఏదైనా అన్వాంటెడ్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ అనేది ఏం చేస్తుంది, దీన్ని డ్రా చేస్తుంది. సో అప్పుడు ఈ యొక్క ఫ్యాన్ మీద ఈ యొక్క ఫ్రిడ్జ్ మీద ఏమవుతుందంటే లోడ్ పడుతుంది. యూఆర్ సేయింగ్ దట్ లోడ్ పడుతుంది మన. సో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ లోడింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది లోడ్ రియల్ టైమ్. You can understand how the loading effect is affecting. Okay, similarly, when we connect a signal generator to a device, I want to measure the gain of a given circuit diagram. Suppose some unwanted cases, if any unwanted cases, suddenly ఆ సర్క్యూట్ యొక్క కరెంట్ అనేది ఎక్కువ డ్రా చేస్తుంది, లేదంటే there is a change in the voltage సడన్గా చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. సో అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే వాటి యొక్క ప్రభావం సర్క్యూట్లో మార్పు చేంజ్ అనేది మనకి కనెక్ట్ చేసినటువంటి సిగ్నల్ సోర్స్ మీద పడకూడదు అన్నమాట. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ షుడ్ బి వితౌట్ ఎనీ డిస్టర్బెన్సెస్, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ప్రొడ్యూస్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, కాన్స్టెంట్ వోల్టేజ్, ఆ డిజైర్డ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అండ్ డిజైర్డ్ వోల్టేజ్. సర్క్యూట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఎఫెక్ట్స్ వల్ల మన సిగ్నల్ సోర్స్ అనేది ఎఫెక్ట్ అవ్వకూడదు, దీని యొక్క ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వోల్టేజ్ మారకూడదు. సో అందుకోసం సో వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ అన్ ఐసోలేషన్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్. జనరల్లీ బఫర్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్స్ అనేవి మనం ఐసోలేషన్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్గా ఉపయోగిస్తాం. సో ఎందుకంటే ఐసోలేషన్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్స్, బఫర్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్స్, దే విల్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ యూనిటీ గెయిన్ బట్ హ్యావింగ్ high input impedance and low output impedance like our op amps. So buffer amplifiers will isolate the section. Ikkada B1 is used as isolation circuit or by buffer amplifier. Okay, so coming to this okay, so and the temperature also will affects on the generation of the frequency. సో దట్స్ వై టెంపరేచర్ కూడా మనకి ఇక్కడ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ జనరేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ కూడా మారుతుంటుంది. కాబట్టి సో ఈ యొక్క ఎక్విప్మెంట్ మొత్తాన్ని మనం స్టాండర్డ్ టెంపరేచర్ రేంజ్లో ఫిక్స్ చేస్తాం. స్టాండర్డ్ టెంపరేచర్ మెయింటైన్ చేసేటువంటి ఒక క్యాబిన్లో దీన్ని ఫిక్స్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట. So then the temperature affects from the outside. బయట నుంచి వచ్చిన టెంపరేచర్ వేరియేషన్స్కి ఈ యొక్క ఆసిలేటర్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అవ్వదు. దానివల్ల మనకి కాన్స్టెంట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీతో వోల్టేజ్ మనకి జనరేట్ అవుతుంటుంది. ఓకే, దిస్ ఆసిలేటర్ will be placed in a constant temperature chamber, constant temperature maintaining chamber. Okay, and the produced frequency is applies to the frequency divider. So the stability of the frequency will be distributed to 2:1 frequency divider. Okay, so with this generated 34 megahertz frequency is divided. So here we can have an option. So 1 to 9 selection ranges are there. So with this we can select the divider of the frequency. So the generated frequency may be divided into 2:1 frequency ratio. So with that we can get the different frequency ranges, and that is connected to again a buffer amplifier B3, and that is connected to an amplifier. So this entire section is power amplifier assembly. So here in the previous case we have seen an wideband amplifier. So this is the amplifier, and here we have a modulation of the signal. And if suppose we are not required to division of the frequency divided frequency మనకు అవసరం లేనప్పుడు we can directly connect to this point. So there is a switch will be there. So with this switch we can connect the generated entire frequency, and that here we will get the carrier frequency. So high frequency carrier signal. So for the modulation purpose, amplitude modulation or frequency modulation, we use the high frequency carrier signal used. That frequency is generated by the RF oscillator. Okay, and that is connected to one terminal of the amplifier. And see here, this is audio oscillator which is having a range of 400 Hz or 1 kHz. So this audio frequency range will be generated by using audio oscillator. So this audio oscillator signal will be again sent to the B4 buffer amplifier, and it is connected to an amplifier. So here these two signals will be modulated in the given amplifier section, and that is given to the output attenuator. So here there is again this is we can adjust the frequency range here also at the outside of the generation of the amplifier, and also we can change the voltage range. So voltage range also we can adjust by using output attenuator. Okay, so here for changing the carrier level we can use this one, carrier level. Okay, and coming to this is modulation level indicator. So modulation level indicator. So like this we can use the modern signal generator. So it is widely used for the laboratory applications. So coming to next one. So audio frequency sine and square wave generator. Audio frequency range sine and square wave generator. So in this case of the wave generators, so we can produce sine wave and square wave. Both the sine and square waves we can generate by using this audio frequency sine and square wave generator. So here we have an Wien bridge oscillator. So Wien bridge oscillator produces the oscillations, or we can produce the frequency range of signal. That frequency range of signal is connected to function switch, and this function switch is connected to produce the sine wave output. Or suppose we want to get the square wave, the function switch is connected to this point 1 and 2. You can assume that 1 is for sine wave output and 2 is for square wave output. To get the sine wave signal, we will connect the switch to 1, and to generate the square wave output, we will connect function switch to point 2 or selection 2. So it will Wien bridge oscillator will produce the audio frequency signals. So it is also one of the best oscillator which is used to produce the audio frequency signals. To produce the audio frequency signals, audio range of frequency signals, we use the Wien bridge oscillator. Okay, the output of the Wien bridge oscillator is connected to sine wave amplifier. So here sine wave amplifier will amplify this generator signal, and it will be connected to attenuator. So this attenuator will, by this attenuator we can adjust the amplitude range, and we will get this sine wave output. And similarly, to get the square wave output, so the Wien bridge oscillator is an it will produce actually a sine wave signal. So okay, so that sine wave signal is connected to square wave shaper, and from that it will be amplified to given the amplifier section and amplified to attenuator. The output of amplifier wave is connected to attenuator. Attenuator will produce the square wave output. So this is about audio frequency sine and square wave generators. So there is an options for selection of the frequency range. We can vary the amplitude, and there is output selection. Suppose I want to select the output sine wave, so there is a selection of the selection switch will be there. That is function switch. By using function switch, we can select sine wave or square wave, and we can vary the voltage.